Bumblebee reporting for duty.
I am Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots.
I got nothing at the triumphant ceremony. No matter what I do, they won't approve. Ha! Just in time. To taste my wrath! I was always on the front line. I deserve the honor! Leonins can be fighters too. This is not my battlefield either. I will prove myself through a different path.
Double B reporting for duty.
I am Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots.
I got nothing at the triumphant ceremony. No matter what I do, they won't approve. Ha! Just in time! To taste my wrath! I was always on the front line. I deserve the honor! Leonins can be fighters too. This is not my battlefield either. I will prove myself through a different path.
is banning.
Welcome back, everybody, to Colt Esports. We are live right now, and today's match will be brought to you by me, the lead caster Crunchy, and my support Skid.
Hello everyone, and yes, just as Crunchy said, you are watching the monthly playoffs brought to you by Colt Esports. And okay, this is going to be this is the season 2, by the way. We are live on YouTube as well as on the Facebook, guys, and this is the first match of the evening, gonna be between Team Hoes before Bros on the blue side, and they will be taking on Team Symphony, who are on the red side. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into the draft, as we can see the bans in front of us, Crunchy.
Yup, we are seeing this Phobius and Matilda banned out from the side of HB4B, while we see the Paquito and Yuzhong banned out from the side of Symphony. And out of the picks that are left open, you can see that the Barats has been locked in by the side of HB4B because he's really just a strong jungler and a side laner right now. I think the current patch has made him even stronger in the jungle role. Scared?
Yes, I would actually agree because now the retribution scales with the HP. So Barats, we know that he's got that insane amount of HP, and I would want to see Barat's jungle more often now, combined with the Mathilda with those guiding wings. But since she is banned, HB4B are gonna lock in the Lunox combined with the Roger.
Considering that they've gone for the Roger, that means they'll be going for the Barat side lane. But meanwhile, we can see that Symphony has gone for a Ruby as well as an Esmeralda. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard it would have been pretty hard for the Ruby if there was an Esmeralda on the enemy, because he just needs a bare HP. Any shield would get in the way of her lifesteal. That's why I think they picked the Esmeralda and the Ruby together, you know, just to make sure that the side of Ruby does not suffer from any Esmeralda pick on the enemy as a counter.
I would have to agree to that. And we know how priority Ruby actually is right now. Basically, Thams and Ruby, these are the two insane side laners at this point. Obviously, Yuzhong and Pakito are in the line. I do want to see some Ruby versus Thams competition, but we'll have to see if it happens in this match or not, as Tigreal and Granger were banned out. So Granger, alright, decent jungler. It's a good counterpart for Roger, but Tigreal ban is kinda you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I mean, Tigreal bans are definitely always questionable, but I mean, he's pretty popular nowadays, like in the tournaments. I don't agree with him as a pick usually. He's not really that strong as a tank, but I mean, he works, and that's what matters, I guess.
Oh my goodness, Crunchy, we are seeing the Argus now. Okay, for the viewers who have no idea what we're actually talking about, the cooldown on the ultimate of Argus was, I guess, reduced from 66 to 55 seconds to 36 to 30 seconds. Literally, he can spam his ultimate in every minute. Now that is how strong Argus is. Plus, he does not have any slow effect while he is in the Eternal's Evil's duration. So Crunchy, what do you think? Who will get the win just based on the draft?
Based on the raw draft, I do feel that both sides do have their own edges, but that Guzhn Hyper might be a bit of it might drag down the side of Symphony a bit, because they do possess a lot of magic damage already. I'm not really sure why they went for the Guzhn when they already had the Veil and the Esmeralda. So yeah, they don't really have any physical DPS coming out, so any Athena shield coming out from the side of HB4B is really gonna gut the damage of Symphony. So I think I'll have to go with HB4B because they have a draft that is more balanced on the side of the damage, because they do have that Lunox and Roger to deal that hybrid damage. They also have that Argus who has been recently buffed, and that's why I'm gonna have to support with HB4B. What about you, Scared?
Just honestly speaking, just because of the recent patch notes and the buff of Argus's ultimate, the reduction of his cooldown of his ultimate, I'm actually going to go in for their side. And you said everything absolutely correct. Guzhn Hyper over Esmeralda and Veil, that's just too much magic damage for their side. Plus, I feel like Symphony will be looking forward to, you know, that classic Guzhn hyper carry strategy. Not exactly hyper carry though, but yeah, that Guzhn funnel in which he gets out farmed and then he dominates, that kind of stuff.
That's true. I mean, they are going to be needing that snowball as the Guzhn. Oh, look at that. The Lunox is a bit overextended over there, but she does have her skill 1. She does have that light skill 1, so she heals up pretty well. She has taken a bit of damage though. That's a huge chunk actually. Look at that. The Guzhn looks in a bit of a trouble because the Jawhead going for the ejector onto him. Look at that. Roger going for the Lycan Pouch, getting the first blood onto the Guzhn. Lunox is also pretty out positioned. The Veil being the second casualty. Double kill for the Roger. He's overstaying, but he does have that dash back, so he gets away. That's a double kill for HB4B already. Scared.
Absolutely. Early kills, that too on the Roger. We know how strong Roger Snowball is. And Guzhn, for the early game, he needs to get those kills. He needs to get this farm up. He needs to go in for those invades. If that does not happen, then I don't really think that Symphony will be able to make it from the late game, because it's a Lunox. Now Daytona's welcome on the Gusion with Unstoppable Force combined and the ejector. No way for him to use his ultimate to jump to the same distance. That's gonna be another pick off. That too on Gusion. Now Esmeralda in trouble. Does not have the falling star. Moldai can pounce. Will not be used. So okay, that's gonna be the easy turtle for the side of HB4B for now. Barats and Johet will be zoning out everyone.
Yup, and you can really see the amount of pressure that they're putting on the Gusion over there. He's literally struggling to get his first blue buff. Look at that, the Johet falling a bit low, falling someone coming out from the Esmeralda. Finally, he goes down after a long time for the side of Symphony. It was really harsh, and now the Lunox using her light ultimate really safe, but the Kufra side of revenge going in. But the Chaos Assault, he overstayed and he paid the price for it. Detna's welcome onto the Esmeralda. She falls to the Roger, and that will be the reverse sweep coming out for HB4B. They were losing out on that momentum they had built up, but now they are on top again. Look at that ejector from the Johet, taking out that whale along with that Lunox. But meanwhile, look at the top lane. The Run Wolf King coming out from the Ruby Eternal Evil proc by the Argus. But I don't think he wants to go for the Star Drive because he knows that the Argus ultimate duration is a bit nerfed. Look at that though, Ruby being capped on by the Johet and Lunox. I think HB4B is rightfully playing this very aggressively. Look at the Lunox got diving, but the Johet meanwhile in the back taken out by the gank. Dead.
Absolutely. They wanted to go in for the sandwich, but they were ganked themselves. So finally another major pick off coming in from this side, but they need to shut down the Roger. He is going a strong 302 right now, and he's got the highest farm in the lobby, 2600. Wind Talker already up, so he will go on aggressive. He will step on that gear, and he will get strong in the late game because he's got a way better scaling than Augustin. So they need to get that shut down right away. Otherwise, it's gonna be just downfall for the side of Symphony.
Yup, that's true. Look at that, the Roger going in for the Gusion. He's forced to use his incandescence to get out. Flicker used by the Ruby as well fell really low, just escaping at a silver HP. She's going for that recall over there. Meanwhile, Barats and Esmeralda having their usual skirmishes. There's not really going to be much action on their lane, I guess, because there's no turtle and both of them are really hard to frag off. So yeah, it's gonna be a tight lane on the bot lane. Meanwhile, on the top lane, we're seeing a lot of fights because it's Ruby versus Argus. It's both have really good earlys. Look at that, the Joyd using that ejector. Kufra looking a bit out of position, but he does manage to land the Time's Revenge onto the Roger. But look at that, he falls low, but the Gusion is the one taken down in the backline. Kufra being the next target of this Lunox. Dives in, ejector, and the mage, which is Vale. He's brought very low mega kill for the Lunox, but she will be taken down. That was a bit greedy of her, I must say. Scared.
I think so. She had no escape after that, standing near the tier 2 of the mid side. Ruby and Esmeralda coming in from the side lanes for the support. So she was like, might as well just get the kill on Vale during the process. So yeah, she did get the best out of that situation, but I would agree that it was an overextension for both Johet and Lunox. So Lunox was punished from the shutdown of the mega kill. In the top side though, Eternal Evil has been struck. Kufra getting ready with the Tyrant's Rage and Revenge. Argus will be shut down, that is for sure. Yes, they secure the kill of him on the top side, but Crunchy, it's a very hard day for Gusion right now. He's going literally 0-3-2, lowest farm on the team, being the jungler. That is not what you want when you're playing the Gusion. You want to be in the control, you want to be in the driving seat. Your team would want to set up for those fights, but Lunox and Johet are doing so much for their team. Now Lunox will be forced to use the Brilliance as she is out positioned. Argus comes in with his Eternal Evil again. Lunox was finished up by the Ruby from in the backline. Now Argus, Eternal Evil duration over. Gusion might as well just jump in. There comes in the Windstorm, and that's gonna be the Windblade for the kill secure. Meanwhile, bottom lane 2 tiers pushed already by the side of HB4B.
Yup, I feel this is a win for HB4B, despite the fact that the side of Symphony are pushing in that top turret. They're not really going to get it because they're there for that follow-up. Look at that, the Dawnwolf King coming out from the Ruby, time straight from the Kufra, but the Lycan Pouch does manage to finish off the Ruby. There the Veil, the next target of this Roger, but he does have that knock-up. Look at that though, the Roger managing to get out in time, getting that double kill. He's at a sliver of HP, but Guzhin has nothing to follow up. The turtle being started by the barrage, but no, he's just using it for the tax flicker coming in from the Joy with the ejected. Deadnaz Welcome also choose onto the Guzhin, and he'll be taken out with much ease by the side of HB4B. They're just dominating. They're not allowing this Guzhin to do anything, kill jungle or even try to get some damage in. They're just not letting him do anything. Scared.
Absolutely, he's having the hardest game of his life. That is what I feel like. Now that's another turtle for the Roger. He's got the war accent going in for the endless battle. And just as I said, he will keep on getting stronger till we reach the super late game. Now it depends on how well Kufra provides in the setup to his team. He needs to land in some good tyrants, rages and revenges and give them the proper setup that his team needs. Now Esmeralda engaging with a falling star moon will have to go back for now. And we were talking about the late game. Crunchy, we forgot one thing, that there is a freaking Argus for the side of Foes Before Bros. Now there comes in the chaos. It's all okay. Jawhead finally been picked off. Guzhin going in with the Shadow Blade. Slaughter will have to retreat back as Esmeralda and Kufra, both the frontliners down, but will manage to get a trade kill on the Argus while Roger securing the kill on Guzhin. I'm actually surprised. Look at the position where Guzhin died. Now this fight is still continuing. Ruby forced to flicker out of the Brilliance. Wind Blades connecting with the Luna. She goes in for the Chaos Assault. Will get the kill. No! Where was the wind blow? I honestly felt like just one wind blow and Lunox would have been dead.
Yup, that Lunox was just caught out barely. That HP, look at that, the flicker along with the Titan's Rage coming out from that Kufra, but he doesn't find his mark. Ejector coming in from the Joy, he's thrown away, tries to use the Titan's Revenge, but it's off the mark. He gets almost taken out, but the Ruby coming in with the Runwolf kick. Joy a bit out of position, godlike for Roger onto the Kufra, managed to get that kill. Deadnaz Welcome coming out onto the Ruby. She's caught out. She's thrown onto the wall, and that shall be her end. There goes down the Ruby. Chaos, dude, that damage from that Lunox, so she's really fed right now, isn't she? Scared.
She's got the Clock of Destiny, Lightning Protection, as well as the Divine Glaze. So Athena Shield, it will be negated up to some point. So and they don't even have anything in their shield for now. They've got absolutely no magic defense item. Not even Kufra, not even the Esmeralda, not even an Oracle. So of course Lunox will hurt a lot now. In the bottom side, Esmeralda using the Purify. Retina's Welcome being used up now. Kufra charging up already. They might go in for the pick off on Paras. I don't think so. That's actually a wise idea though. But look at that Jawhead between three people. Might as well get an ejector, but a massive tyrant is coming in from Kufra. And the follow-up comes in. Argus in the backline with the Eternal Evil. Will have to retreat. Gets his HP back from the minions. And that's gonna be the disengage from team HB4B. But look at that in the base. Both the Ruby and Kufra taken down like anything. Melted like paper. Okay, and this fight is actually continuing. Crunchy, look at that. Lunox's damage is just insane now. Barats will finally be picked off, but at what cost? That's at the end of the day, it was a 3-for-1 trade. And now top mid as well as the bot lane inhibitors will fall. Crunchy, over to you.
Oh my god, that Titan's Revenge from Kufra finally managing to get a lot of kills, but legendary for the Roger. He's really fed right now. Look at that, the mega kill coming in from the Lunox. Chaos Assault is really dealing a lot of damage. Ruby take it down, but she takes out the Joy in the nick of time, but it's a GG because the base crystal is taken down by the side of that Roger. HB4B taking this win for tonight. GG.
You know, you can say that Roger going 10 or 12, insane game, etc, etc. But for me, the MVPs were Jawhead and Lunox. They never missed their mark. Lunox followed up whenever Jawhead gave the initiation. They set up the full platform. You know, they were the ones to provide Roger with the first 2 kills just so he could go in for that easy snowball against the Gujarat Hyper. Now Jawhead with those ejectors, Lunas with the Chaos Assault gave the hardest time to Gujan. Even Vale and Kufra. So just insane game coming in from both these teams. HB4B ended up as the winner, Crunchy. What do you think?
Honestly, I'd say that my MVP, like not the match MVP, my MVP is that Bharat. He knew his role. He knew he had to just hold his lane out and let his team do the job. He just sat there in lane, held it, and in the end, got in some good detonators as well, comes and caught the game. I feel that's like my kind of role whenever I play. So I think I respect this Bharat a lot.
Agreed. He was foreshadowed by, you know, the main damage dealers on his team, but GG games coming in from both the sides. Kufra provided good Tyrant's rages as well. You know, even Ruby getting in those I'm offended, pretty good I'm offended. The only part where the loss was that the early game jungler was picked off a couple of times and it resulted in an easy snowball for HB4B. That's gonna be it for first match, guys, but stay tuned. We'll be having 3 more interesting matches and we will be back again with match number 2 in 5 minutes.
Bumblebee reporting for duty.
I am Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots.
I got nothing at the triumphant ceremony. No matter what I do, they won't approve. Just in time. Just in time. line. I deserve the honor! Leonins can be fighters too. This is not my battlefield either. I will prove myself through a different path.
to the Colt Esports presents monthly playoff season 2, powered by FS Portal as well as supported by Missy Jenny. We are back again with the second match of the evening. You guys are watching it on the YouTube and Facebook as well, so make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also follow FS Portal on Facebook, and do give a follow to Missy Jenny, because these are all the people who have helped to make monthly playoff season 2 possible. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into the match, which is going to be between Team Biren Esports taking on Unofficialx. You will spectate this match with me, Scared Yet, and my co-caster, Crunchy.
Yo, what's up, everyone? Like, this is the second match of the day, and after seeing that amazing first match coming in from the side of, Symphony versus, wait, what was the first team again? Was it HB4B? Yeah.
Biren.
No,
okay,
the last
match. It was host before bros.
Yeah, they just had such a great game. They put on such a great show for everybody. I'm really excited to see this match between Biren and Unofficialx, and you can see that during the draft they missed out on that Yuzhong, which is a pretty contested pick around it. I don't really think that Yuzhong is worth the first pick, but it's picked in by the side of Biren Esports. And meanwhile, on the side of Unofficialx, you can see that the Hayabusa is locked in for the jungle. He does have that retribution, and nowadays after the revamp, Hayabusa really can't go on the lane, so it's gonna be the jungle Hayabusa and that Angela coming in as their support. Meanwhile, the draft is handed back to Biren, and I think for their next two picks, they might want to consider taking something like, Ruby, or maybe taking a gold laner to carry into the late game. They might also lock their tank and mage. So look at that, the Lapu being locked in for the CC, and it's the Farsa coming in for the side of the Biren Esports for their mage. So they've locked in both off lanes and they have their mage. So just a tank and their jungler left. Scared.
Absolutely, flexing that Lapu, flexing that Yuzhong onto the side lanes with Farsa as the mid lane mage. Or if they want to try something new, they can actually go in for the Lapu on the jungle with Farsa as the mage, or possibly the gold laner. But that's I guess taking it too far. Let's see Luna locked in by Unofficialx. Next two bans coming in, most probably a jungler ban, as they already have secured the Hayabusa.
That's true, but one thing that I find lacking from Unofficialx's draft right now?
Let me guess, crowd control?
Well, that also, but I do feel that one other important thing they lack is someone to face check a bush. I mean, Lunox definitely can try, and Angela can also get away if she gets lucky, but they're really prone to getting melted. So if Unofficialx, doesn't take a good pick with decent vision capabilities, it's gonna be pretty hard for them.
Yeah, agreed. They need something like a Selena, Popol, which can, provide the vision in the bush. The peeling, that they need someone for the peeling, but they have no one for that right now. Kufra and Xbox being banned out though, so now they're gonna lock in the Esmeralda. They picked up their counter Lunox. They do have the Angela on top of it, so hard guard will be a major game changer in this match, either on Esmeralda. I think so it most probably should be on Esmeralda at all the times, because hard guard on Hayabusa doesn't seem like a thing. He can't utilize that movement speed as much as Esmeralda can.
That's true, but you can see that the last two pick, the tank and the jungler for the side of Biren will be that Akai and that Roger. There's a lot of lockdown coming in from their side, that Akai with that Lapu and that Yuzhong as well. There's just a lot of dives and synergize with that Farsa, who can really deal her damage in long distances, and that Roger who can chase down targets that are low HP. I think Biren really has a solid comp for chasing and diving. So yeah, I think Biren has a well-rounded draft. Meanwhile, I think that the side of Unofficialx does lack out on that vision, because they really did not pick anything to scout a bush, except maybe Esmeralda. I think that's the maximum vision that they can get from that Esmeralda. So I think that I'm gonna have to be siding with the side of Biren Esports for this match. What about you, Scared?
Into the draft, I feel like Biren have got the upper hand though. They've got the tank with Akai. We can go in with those hurricane dances. That's going to be just insane for the setup engages as well as the disengages. There's the Farsa as well, who skills really well into the late game. Roger combined with the Farsa, it's just instant burst of the enemy. Lapu and Yuzhong will be flanking in from the side, so Lunox will be having a very hard time though, but she can survive from her brilliance if she times it well, and if she actually gets overwhelmed, she can jump into the 2BDT combination as well. So let's see, will it be team Biren getting the win, or Unofficialx will be standing in their way? Let's jump into the land of dawn, everyone. It's gonna be Biren taking on Unofficialx now. Crunchy, as for the late game scaling, I feel like Unofficialx, they do have the upper hand for the late game though. Over the Lunox, Hayabusa, as well as that is Vidalna, who scales it really hard.
I mean, I'd rather say that as Hayabusa is a mid to late game, he does have the capability to carry in that late game, but I feel he's more of a mid gamer. And you do have to respect the fact that the side of Biren does have that Roger. Any snowball from his side is going to end up in a win. Oh, look at that. The Roger securing that retribution onto the Little Wanderer. First blood secured. Meanwhile, on the offlane, Roger managed to get away with the sliver of HP. He slowed a lot, but he manages to get away and going for that recall. Meanwhile, the Yuzhong going in onto the Hayabusa. Look at that. The shots that landed onto him, and he will be taking out. The junglers down for the side of Unofficialx. They're really on the backhand right now since he has to clear without his buff. Meanwhile, Roger is still alive. He managed to take that red buff at that low HP. I guess he'll be trying to go get this jungle without having to take a recall. Meanwhile, Lapu struggling a bit versus that Benedetta. She's cutting the lanes, but the Roger is on her side. I don't think he's gonna gank though, because he is a bit low. Does manage to take that Cyclone Eye. He goes onto the lane, but he's sided instantly by that Vendetta. He backs off Parsa, meanwhile taking a bit of damage from that Lunox in the mid lane. Lunox is pretty much a lane bully. Look at that though. The Roger taking a chunk of HP taken out of him. Concussive Blast coming in from the Akai. Vendetta brought to her knees, and she gets out just in the nick of time. Meanwhile, we can see the jungler from the side of Unofficialx is on the opposite side of Turtle. I guess he's going for the gold lane gank before they contest the Turtle. And as we can see in the mid lane, the Akai does manage to land his mark onto the Lunox, but he won't be jumping in just yet. He knows that he'll be taken down, and then his team doesn't have the upper hand in terms of the vision right now. Benedetta and Lapo, really intense matchup. Both are taking out chunks of each other's HP one by one. That poke is just insane. What do you think, Skate?
Absolutely, both of them had their ultimates up, so it was literally just a game of the poke between those two people. It was so intense that both of them were running out with their HP. Last bar coming in, but Akai right now, he does not have the Hurricane Dance for now, so I guess it's gonna be okay. Electro Final Blow comes in for the zone out. Will Vendetta get the kill on Roger? Yes, she will. Feather Day Strike comes up as well. Yuzhong coming in with the Black Dragon from that. Lapu will be securing another kill. Luna seems to be in trouble though. She will manage to escape. Shayathan's not enough. But Yuzhong caught in between three people. But look at that! HP from everyone by Unofficialx is extremely low. Parts are going in with the wings by wings. Will just back off for now. I guess it was a trade clearly going in favor of Unofficialx with that pick off on Roger.
I think it just went a bit static on both sides, because you know Unofficialx did get the frag onto the Roger. Look at that. Meanwhile, the Lapu getting fragged out by this Benedetta. Maybe she does have that Angela to support her remotely, but Lapu decides to back off just in the nick of time. He does have his that heavy sword slash, and he goes in. He's a bit low, but Benedetta is not really able to secure the kill because of the kills right there. Kai going in for the Hurricane Dance. Angela meanwhile trying to lash onto this Roger, but it's unsuccessful as he knows exactly what she's up to. Look at that, the Lunox getting in some chip damage onto that Roger, but no engages yet. Back to you, Skate.
Absolutely, but for now we can clearly see the goal difference is favoring absolutely no one. It's literally a stalemate between both these teams. Both the junglers, they've been picked off one time each. They're going 0-1 for now. they'll be looking to farm till the mid game. That would be the strategy between in the minds of both these people. Now, Benedetta for the side of Unofficialx is doing the same thing that actually Yuzhong for the side of Biren is doing, you know, carrying the game in their lane. So Unofficialx should take those fights towards that bottom side to have that advantage over Biren Esports. Now in the bottom again, Lapu Lapu, we will be staying safe, he'll be staying back. No hard engages coming in. Turtle has been started by Unofficialx, but there comes in the Feather, the airstrike, hard cut on Benedetta. There's the electro fire blow coming up. Lapu Lapu being caught in the ultimate. That's gonna be one kill, but Roger managing to steal the turtle. That's gonna be a 3-4-0 trade for now, but Yuja comes in with the Black Dragon form. Lunax has got the brilliance. No, she does not. She needs to run away. Hayabusa going in with the quad shadows, gonna retreat. 3-4-0 trade. Three kills for the trade of a turtle. I think that's a good trade.
Yup, I definitely feel so as well, because they're getting that chip damage on the tower in the mid lane. But you know, one thing I have to say that can't be left unsaid, is that, oh wait, meanwhile in the bot lane, Lapu going in with the heavy sword ultimate onto this Benedetta, but she's a bit too mobile, goes for the electro final blow, but the retribution getting that final hit onto her. She does go down finally. And the side of Unofficialx is going for that top lane. But one thing I wanted to say all this time was that it's just really unfortunate that the side, Akai going for that Hurricane Dance, getting that engage. There's literally no time for me to say anything at that. There's just non-stop fighting flicker used by the Akai. Hayabusa going for that Ogi shadow kill, getting that Akai. But the side of Unofficialx does lose their mid lane tier 1. Look at the wings. The Feather side coming out from that Farsa, getting that double kill onto the Lunox and the Hayabusa. Esmeralda looks a bit caught off. Yuzhong uses that Black Dragon and he goes straight into the backline onto this Angela. He's trying to take her down, but he's slowed down by a ton. This Angela just unforgiving with her slows. It's really cancer, to fight an Angela player, because she heals while also slowing, and her early game is really good. Oh, look at that, the French fly coming out with that knockup from the Yuzhong. The Feather strike managing to get a lot of damage, and the Roger will take that kill secure on to that Esmeralda. Back to you, Skate.
Absolutely. Now in the bottom side, Electro Final Blow used up against the Lapu Lapu. But that's going to be the disengage from both the sides. Vendetta just going in, clearing that wave, giving priority to the common objectives. Turtle finally being secured by Hayabusa again. But in the top side, Farsa managing to get the kill on the Angela. They've taken down the top lane tower. Then Unofficialx need to trade it for some objectives over the map, and they are doing the same. Hayabusa securing the gold, securing the red buff for now. Might go in for the shadow kill. Yes, he surely will. Will get the shutdown on Lapu Lapu as well as the tower on the bottom lane. So that's finally the trade-off that we were looking for. But as the fight continues, Roger will get the killing spree, getting Lunox out of the picture. Hayabusa has been protected by the hard card, but they wouldn't want to go in for any further engages.
I mean, one thing I've noticed over all this time is that the side of Biren Esports have been clearly on top, but unfortunately, because the Turtles was on their losing lane, they seem to be on the backhand, or they seem to be even with the side of Unofficialx. But now that the objectives have shifted and the lanes are more even, you can see that the side of Biren is just dominating in terms of the push. They already have taken all tier 1s down, and Roger going in on this Esmeralda, but not really going for the full engage. But she seems to be coming back for some more. No, nothing, not yet. Look at that Lunox, she's a bit off position. Hakai getting the 1000-pounder along with the Hurricane Tats. She's got into her knees, but she does have that disengage. Feather coming in and taking her down though. Look at that Roger, meanwhile going back. Electro final blow landing from that Benedetta. He goes down. The shutdown from the Angela onto this Roger, but Benedetta will be the price they have to pay. Look at that though. The Angela totally caught off position by this lap on this Farsa, but Hayabusa taking out the Yuzhong in turn. The Farsa not looking so good. Esmeralda getting that shutdown at last onto her. She was really such a pain for an unofficial X to deal with. And they finally got her out of the picture. So I guess they will try to get some objectives, try to get some push. But no, Hayabusa does need to get his jungle in time so that they can contest this potential Lord. Meanwhile, Roger does the same. Both teams, I guess, do want to head up for this objective in case the other contest is because it's not yet an enhanced Lord, so I don't think they'd want to go so fast for it. But if the other side takes the initiative, I guess there's nothing to lose to contest this Lord. So yeah, Sked, back to you.
I guess so. Now, in terms of the split push, Benedetta will be doing that job on the opposite lane of the Lord, because she with those dashes will rotate faster than anyone else on the map for now, except the Yuzhong. Yeah, so I feel like Biren should also put Yuzhong against the Benedetta in the bottom side, but looking at the Hurricane Dance being used up by Akai, and the hard card comes up as well, so we might possibly see a forced engage. Okay, nope, that's gonna be no forced engage for now. Or will it be Roger? Might actually be good. They retreat, or is Esmeralda being the tanky frontliner? Or let me rephrase that, as Esmeralda being the only frontliner for the side of team Unofficialx. But Lapu raging slashes come up. Benedetta not allowed to use the extra final blow, with the Yuzhong going in with the Black Dragon form zoning out the three girls. That's the Esmeralda, Lunax, as well as the Angela out of the river. Lord,
that's true, but she's going right for it through the backline, going for that falling Samun. Hayabusa meanwhile in the backline managing to get a lot of damage onto this Sparda. Lord secured meanwhile by this Roger's Retribution is just showing its superiority. Esmeralda meanwhile tagging a lot of damage. She does have that insane shield. Look at that, Hayabusa jumping into the backline, but that Ogi Shadow Kill won't be enough to finish off this Roger this time around. He dives right back out. The Lord is marching on. It's not enhanced, but it will be dealing a lot of damage if it crashes onto any turret. The Electro Final Blow coming in. Lapu going for that raging slash, but he decides to withhold on it because he knows that it's gonna hit basically no one from the side. Now it's a pretty even game for both teams. Lunax trying to desperately clear that top lane using that Chaos Assault, but there's no one gonna be there to dive on her either to punish her for that. But instead, it's this Esmeralda who's caught off position. She's being taken down pretty rapidly, but she does have that Angela ally on her. She's not gonna be such easy prey. Yuzhong using that Black Dragon, but pretty unsuccessful in his attempt to take down this Esmeralda. Angela really showing why she was a good pick this game. Meanwhile, Farsa does manage to mark a lot of people, but she doesn't have the positioning for that feather hair strike. Scared.
Absolutely, that hard card on Esmeralda was just insane. Plus, no good positioning means no feather death strike, says Farsa. Okay, so in terms of turret, we can clearly see it's Team Biren who is winning 4-1. They've got the gold advantage as well, but then again, it's just of 1k, basically just a few minions or 1 or 2 kills. If a team fight breaks out, any team can possibly win it. Let's look at the items, Crunchy, shall we? Roger with that, I wouldn't say orthodox or common, but yeah, Windtalker, Vorak, Endless Battle coming in with the fresh plate as well.
Benedetta with those jukes in the bot lane. Angela latch onto her hand. That's all the skills coming out from the side of Biren. Hayabusa jumping in, trying to take advantage of these mistakes made by the side of Biren. Angela managing to immobilize this Farsa, but Benedetta has set her sights on this Lapu. Instead, Farsa does manage to get out of that sticky situation. Meanwhile, Esmeralda coming in. Will she use the falling Samun? Not yet. The Akai is the target this time around. He's taken right down. Raging Flash coming out from this Lapu, but the Black Dragon form will manage to interrupt this Benedetta for long enough. She does use the Electro Final Blow to get out. Meanwhile, in the backline, Yuzhong collapsing onto this Lunox. She does have that brilliance, so she gets right out. Hayabusa meanwhile taking this buff from this Roger. Benedetta forced to recall, and that will be a win at last for Unofficialx. They have finally pushed the wave. They've got lane priorities and they got a turret from this. So this is looking pretty good for them right now. Yujong trying his best to defend this top turret at this point of time. With 3 people, it's a 1v3 for him. He goes for the strike, and the chaos is all coming in from the Lunox, but she's so off position, gets taken down by that feather airstrike again. Farsa just being in the right place at the right time. The wings by wings is really helping her in the rotations, isn't it, Scared?
Yeah, agreed. You know, the members from Unofficialx wanted to disengage at that point, but Lunox had some other plans. She does have the damage.
That Miva is the top lane. Feather airstrike coming in. Clutch again. Roger going for the lag and bounce on the Hayabusa. Taking down Akai. Getting that stun onto the Angela, and she's taken down by the side of Biren Esports. They have the kills. They have the advantage. Like it bounced by Roger, but he's disengaging as he wants. They want to take these turrets. They will get the tier 2 in the mid lane. They're going for the inhib, but the Electro Final Bro will not let them do so. Farsa going down. He was completely caught off position. Benedetta going for that eye for eye, totally stunning that Akai, taking him off guard. I don't think there should be a slot for the side of Biren Esports. They're gonna have to get this really fast, or it's gonna be trouble for them, because it's gonna be a 4v5 without their Farsa being able to get in. Look at that though, the Lunox totally caught off position. What is she doing? Getting the Lord going in for the side of Biren. The Roger managed to secure that legendary but Benedetta going for that Electro Final Bro, managing to get out at the sliver of HP. You know, Scared, I'm really not really so keen on what this Lunox is doing right now. She just dives in with us recklessly with that Chaos Assault, and she doesn't really manage to do anything.
She's seeing the damage on those skills, but the combination with her team, it's not setting up. She jumps in on situations she need to retreat at, and I don't know, man. I guess she wants to go in for the Ruby DD combination, but is not being able to put in the timely combinations out there. But Benedetta using all of her dashes just to chunk out Lord. She got 50% of his HP down. Meanwhile, look at the bottom side as the fight continues. They're going to take the mid lane tower, and that's going to be hard guard on Esmeralda, but Roger will finish her off. So that's the front liner, the only front liner down for the side of Team Unofficialx. Age is coming up. There comes in. Everyone's marking the base from Team Biren, but minions have been taken care of. That's the killing spree for Lapu Lapu on Angela. But look at that. Base is not falling. Alright, finally, after such a hard struggle though, because Lord and minions were not there. They were forcing the base without that. But at the end of the day, victory ended up in hands of Team Biren Esports.
Victory landing up in the hands of the Lord, but yeah, Biren Esports securing this game. This was really just an all-round good game for them. They won the draft. They won those team fights most of the time. They got those turrets. They got those objectives, and I think that's what mattered in the end. You know, the Benedetta did put on an amazing struggle. She put on her, you know. She just went straight in. She went in situations where I was so sure she was just gonna die out right away, but she got out in the nick of time. It's really just sad seeing her lose this game. You know, this is really rooting for her. You know.
Absolutely. So that's gonna be GG's coming in from both the teams though. Biren Esports winning the match. Congratulations to them. Now that's gonna be it for this match, guys. But we've got 2 more interesting matches coming right up, so stay tuned to the stream. Meanwhile, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, as well as share it with your friends. And on the Facebook, like the stream. You can just go and react that stream. Does not cost anything, guys. Share it on the Facebook as well, and follow the pages FS Portal and Missy Jenny on Facebook, because thanks to them this tournament is possible. Now we will be back with the 3rd match of the evening, guys, so stay tuned.
Bumblebee reporting for duty.
I am Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots.
I got nothing at the triumphant ceremony. No matter what I do, they won't approve. Ha! Just in time. To taste my wrath! I was always on the front line. I deserve the honor! Leonins can be fighters too. This is not my battlefield either. I will prove myself through a different path.
Bumblebee reporting for duty.
I am Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots.
I got nothing at the triumphant ceremony. No matter what I do, they won't approve. Ha! Just in time!
Rosie.
I would rather.
Your team is banning.
Hello, Rosie.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Let's go.
Give me a
Your
countdown.
team is picking.
3, 2, 1, start.
Hello guys, welcome back to Colt Esports Monthly Playoffs Season 2. With me in the match right now, we have Nightcore on the left side and VIP Squad on the right side, guys. It's me, your caster, Sugar Daddy, and with me, we have Abby Hate Gaming.
Oh, thank you so much, Raj. Thank you so much, Sugar Daddy, for the introduction. And coming to the bands here, we could see Nightcore, they went with the Yuzo and Xbox, and on the right side, that is the VIP. We can see the Bharat and the Popes. Over to you, Sugar Daddy.
Yes, ma'am. The bans, they don't seem like fully usual because we don't see Yuzong getting banned all that much. But other than that, I would say it's a really good ban draft, honestly. And Ruby getting first pick from the side of Nightcore, so that is pretty dope because Ruby is really OP in the meta right now. Right, Abby?
Yes, I would totally agree with you. I really like the Ruby pick because it can, give so much sustain, and at the same time, it can counter all the heroes there.
Obviously, but we do have to keep into consideration that on the right side, like on the VIP squad side, there is a Paquito, guys. And what we say about Paquito is that Paquito is a freaking abomination. He goes to a team, he distorts team fights, he takes objectives, he helps in every situation. So I think that Team Nightcore, they might regret giving the Paquito to the VIP squad side. But other than that, they have really good picks. Honestly, it's a Jawhead, Balmond, a Paquito. On the other side of, on the Team Nightcore side, there is Ruby, Farsa, and Matilda. So a lot of good heroes getting picked in this match, Abby. Don't you think so?
I totally agree with you, but the thing is, after the new update, there is been a nerf to Matilda and also to Paquito, and I'm really looking forward to see the Lancelot here. But okay, they're going with the Sicilian, but I do wish that they had, instead of the Sicilian, lock that Lancelot right away.
Yes, because Lancelot, as we know, after the new patch today, that dropped today, Lancelot is way too OP. I mean, like, I don't think we have to make it clear, but like those who know about the patch and everything, they know that how OP the Lancelot is right now. So I think picking a Lancelot in any situation would be a really good decision, but I don't think any of the teams are gonna go for it. Or maybe Team VIP Squad is gonna go for that Lancelot, and if that Lancelot is like, good, he can make the Team Nightcore like cry. Lancelot is that good in the meta right now, Abby.
Suga, and I'm so glad that VIP has locked the Lancelot, and Lancelot he can easily get that Farsa out, which is very very important, because if you do not take that Farsa out on time, they are going to have a lot of trouble. So I'm really looking forward to see this game. Suga?
Yes, ma'am, we are looking forward to seeing this game, because both the teams have got some really good drafting on their side, because from the side of Team Nightcore, it is a Roger and Aldos. I think Aldos will play offlane, like they secured the late game. That is, I would say, a good decision, but we will see how it works out for them, because as we know, Aldos is not the best hero in early game, and neither is Roger. So they got good late game, but I'm not sure about their early game where Team VIP Squad, they've got a fully decked out team for the early, late, and the mid games, because Lancelot can deal a massive amount of damage from the mid game. Balman can handle the early game, and Sicilian, we know, is a late game monster. So the power spikes are like equally divided on all phases of the game. Don't you think so, Abby?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Suga, because the draft from VIP side is totally balanced. They have the early damage, they have the mid damage, and also they have the late game damage. So let's get into the match here.
Yeah, so nothing unusual going on right now. Jawhead is trying to go on to the blue buff of the Team Nightcore side, and he doesn't reset the buff, rather he just shoves that Roger out of the way, but that buff is still in action and ready for the Roger to be taken. And so a failed attempt from the side of Team VIP Squad, but now they're trying to engage. Lancelot almost getting ganked, but that Lancelot managed to survive. But that little wanderer did go to the side of Team VIP Squad. So right now, both teams, they're just focusing on the laning as well as their farm. Like, the junglers are just stacking up their jungle blessing, and they're just going for the jungle. So, Abby, which team do you think has, like, a little advantage because of their draft?
For the early game, I will totally go with Team VIP. They really have a very balanced draft, and also for the early damage, we can see, there is this Paquito, they have this Balman, and also they have Lancelot, which is very much important.
Okay, so that Sicilian somehow managed to survive after getting ganked, but now the Lancelot and the Balman, they're trying to look to gank that Ruby. They're okay, never mind, they're gonna go for that turtle instead. I think there's gonna be a big fight here in the turtle section. Both the teams having 3 of each on their side in the turtle side, I guess. But okay, so the turtle is at really, oh my god, the turtle just got stolen by that Roger. Roger getting a first blood on that Lancelot, and also getting a kill on that Balman. Is he gonna get it? Yes sir, the double kill coming in from the side of Roger, taking down that Lancelot as well as that Balman. It's gonna hurt for Team VIP Squad, losing their hyper so early on in the game. And Roger, he's gonna get a super big advantage, getting 2 kills this early on in the match. What do you think, Abby?
So I really think, they should start marking that Roger in this point of time, because he is already in a, double kill and with the turtle here. So if they don't mark him, the late game, we know how devastating that Roger can be. Suga?
Yes, the Roger can be very effective. Like, if he starts stacking up his kills, he'll get his power spike really early on, which can be like disastrous for the side of Team VIP Squad. Okay, Aldo's getting a kill on that Paquito, so that is also gonna boost up that Aldo's progress, because we know that kills grant like 10 stacks, so that is huge. So they need to be careful of that. Aldo's as well, man. And Roger again trying to engage, trying to get a kill, but nope, he just couldn't, because that Jawhead was there to secure that Sicilian. Alright, another skirmish going on in the bot lane. The Paquito is gonna get ganked again. The Paquito manages to survive somehow. Okay, so the Paquito did survive against 3 people. Like, that's huge, isn't it, Abby?
Yeah, it is. And we can see that, the team Blue, that is the team Nightcore, they are constantly marking the Paquito. They are not leaving him behind and helping all the farm out. And in the mid lane,
God, did you just see that? That Lancelot just survived with like super less HP. I'm so sorry, Abby, for interrupting, but that was some moment that we couldn't ignore. And Roger getting a kill on that. Jawhead somehow barely made it, and yeah, they're gonna take that turtle without any competition. I'm so sorry for interrupting, Abby. Please continue.
No, it's completely fine, Suka. I just wanted to say, that Roger is in healing spree and he really needs to be shut down. And here again we can see it's a mega kill coming for Roger. He just deleted that Ballman. Can you believe it, Suga?
I am like having a really hard time believing it, because it's just 5 minutes and that Roger is dealing that much damage to everyone on his path. So that is going to be scary for Team VIP Squad if it continues like this and if they can't shut down Roger. So yeah, this is going to be hard for them if they can't like utilize their picks and somehow get a shutdown on that Roger. Okay, the Ruby barely surviving. Diamond getting ganked as well as that Jawhead. I think Diamond is going to get killed by that Matilda. And okay, again Roger getting a kill on that Jawhead. This is not looking good for Team VIP Squad. Abby.
And again in the mid lane, it's like a whole lot of gang happening in every corner of the map. And okay, Lancelot surviving. I was expecting, this early game to be for Team VIP here, since they had the Lancelot, but then I am totally proven wrong here. Suga.
Oh my god, what a skirmish coming in from the side of Team Nightcore. They just took down that Sicilian. And yes, as you said, the early game was supposed to go in favor of VIP Squad, but everything doesn't always happen to what the plan is supposed to be. So we might see the Team VIP Squad pulling an OP clutch in the late game. But okay, and again the Jawhead getting ganked by the entire side of Team Nightcore and getting killed by Roger. So that is disastrous. And again, Lancelot just barely managing to survive. So it's not looking like it's not looking too good for Team VIP Squad, but I still think that they're not that far behind to like catch up, because their gold difference is just 7,000 gold, so which might look like really a lot, but if they get a shutdown or two, they can easily come back from it. And as we were talking, Team Nightcore just took down that third turtle again. A flicker ulti coming in from Ruby, and both the Jawhead as well as that Sicilian getting killed. Oh my god. Abby, I'm like speechless right now. Like, what is happening? Fill out the viewers about it.
Suga, I'm speechless here too. It's just like 7 minutes in the game, and it's hard. It's like for a Rosie play, it at least takes 7 to 10 minutes to get the items and come online. But here in this game, we can see the Roger came online within the 5 minutes. And he is into monster kill. No one is able to stop him down yet.
Oh my god, did you just see that damage coming in from that Roger? He just melted the entire 3 people who were standing inside the turret, and they got a kill on that Paquito, Jawhead as well as a Sicilian. The Roger is just melting everyone right now. So basically Roger got his power spike way earlier than he was supposed to get. And again, that Balman getting taken out by the combined effort of that Matilda, Farsa, and that Roger. So Roger as well as that Aldous is just melting everyone right now, Abby. What do you think about it?
Suga, yeah, it's like really difficult for Team VIP to, you know, just like they're just coming out of the base and they're just getting deleted. It's not even taking a second out there to stand in front of that Roger. So you know, the best idea for them, the Team VIP, they can do is like farm up, try to hold on to their lane so that, you know, they can make up to the goal difference. But it's just a but. We can just wish for Suga.
Yes. So as Abby was discussing, the best course of action for Team VIP right now is to hold the game out and hope for a miracle and a good opportunity. Like basically wait for the Team Nightcore to make a mistake, and when they do make that mistake, they gotta utilize the complete opportunity and, you know, take the game in their hand again. But the Lord just spawned, and I think it will be an easy Lord for Team Nightcore if they decide to take it right now. So yeah, they did decide to take the Lord right now, and I think it's going to be pretty easy Lord for them as they are on almost 11,000 gold lead, and the Lancelot getting melted by the combined effort of the entire Team Nightcore and taking down that Lord without much of a competition. So it's not looking too good for Team VIP squad right now, but you know, you can never lose hope, yeah, because winners, they never surrender. So they still have a good opportunity at winning the game, but they're at the backhand right now. And again, the Droid getting picked out, again getting ganked. Yeah, so they decide to disengage right now. That is the good decision right now. And okay, even if they decide to like disengage, Roger did take out that Sicilian, so it's not looking too good for Team VIP squad right now, Abby.
Suga, I think Team VIP, they won't be able to, you know, hold up the lane here since they don't have the mage that is the Sicilian. And just as I said, Balman just getting deleted within a second here, and I think it's going to be another kill for... Okay, finally Roger has been shot down by Lancelot, but do you think they will be able to, you know, help the base here? Suga.
No, the health of the base is looking way too grim, and a lot of minions are coming in. So I don't think they will be able to hold out the base. So it's like really thin, like 2 more hits and the base is gone. So I still think the base might get taken up because a lot of minions are still popping up, and that Lancelot just getting killed by that Farsa is another bad sign. I'm sorry. So okay, they did manage to survive. So this is huge, Abby, because they still have an opportunity to come back from this. And okay, as we were talking, the Farsa just like bursting out on that Balman and getting a kill on him. So what do you think? Will they be able to like do they still have a chance to turn out the game?
No, as we know, situation, we can see that Nightcore, they managed to catch the best and it's a win for them.
Oh, that was embarrassing.
Okay, so sorry, Suga. I mean, you know, the Balman, he was just getting deleted within a second, and as you can see here, it's like, you know, 0-7-0. Oh my goodness, did we just witness a match where Roger, you know, came online within 5 minutes? It's so unbelievable for me, Suga.
Honestly, yes. That was like really unexpected because usually it takes Roger 8 to 10 minutes to get his biggest power spike, like to get the ultimate form of Roger. But he came online in just 4 to 5 minutes. So that is amazing, honestly. But I think Team VIP squad, they could have done a bit better, but it was a good effort for them, and they did manage to like come this far in the tournament. But maybe it was just a bad day for them. But we hope to see them even stronger in the future, playoffs and everything. So yeah, with this, let's conclude this match. And guys, don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We have another match coming up in a little while. So be right back, guys. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bumblebee reporting for duty.
I am Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots.
I got nothing at the triumphant ceremony. No matter what I do, they won't approve. Just in time. Just in time to taste my wrath. I was always on the front line. I deserve the honor. Leonins can be fighters too. This is not my battlefield either. I will prove myself through a different path.
Bumblebee reporting for duty.
I am Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots.
I got nothing at the triumphant ceremony. No matter what I do, they won't approve. Just in time. Just in time to taste my wrath. I was always on the front line. I deserve the honor. Leonins can be fighters too. This is not my battlefield either. I will prove myself through a different path.
Bumblebee reporting for duty.
I am Optimus Prime, leader of the Autobots.
I got nothing at the triumphant ceremony. No matter what I do, they won't approve.
Hello guys and welcome back to Colt Esports Monthly Playoffs Season 2. So, we have the last match of the night. It is between CupCakes Can Fly on the left side and Rayuga Esports on the right side. So, looking at the bans and picks, Abby, what can you say about the bans and picks? Oh, by the way, guys, it's me, your caster Sugar Daddy, and with me we have again the beautiful Abby H Gaming. Abby, back to you.
Yes, Suga, like we were discussing about the bands here, they went with the Yuzo and Phobius band from CupCakes, and we can see Ruby and Purple bands from Rayuga Esports. And then again, the first pick for CupCakes, they went with the Paquito. So, replying to that pick, they went, Rayuga, they went with the Xborg and the Kufra. So, Suga, what do you think the next picks are going to be like?
I'm not like Matilda should get picked because Matilda, even after the nerf, I believe she's still pretty amazing with her entire whole second skill and everything, like with her passives and everything, because she's a really good hero. But last match, we did see Paquito, but I didn't feel like he had that punch like he used to. So maybe Paquito is not that best pick right now, but Rayuga did manage to get the X-board, and you did get a buff, didn't she, Abby?
Actually, Eve's ultimate has been nerfed, so Eve's ultimate was the most amazing thing about it. Eve, but then with the reduction of the immune that Eve can have to the ultimate, I think it's really going to be scary for Eve because there is a Balmond and a Paquito there.
Yes, it might be a bit hard for the Eve, but if she gets her ulti down on a perfect position, it's gonna be hard for that Louis as well, because Louis has a little less range than Eve, so it's gonna be hard. And with the third ban, we completely missed it. It was Baras as well as Roger getting banned. So what is that about? Abby, why do you think it was banned?
Your team is picking.
We have seen the Roger is a huge jungler for every team. So it's a very good ban here, and also the Barat has been banned. It is not it's not necessary, but okay, they have the Xborg, so we know that Xborg can counter the Barat there. So maybe they just didn't want to give another side laner to Rayuga. Maybe that's why they went with the Barat ban here. To go?
Yes, that was a really good speculation that I completely missed. So thank you for that, Abby. But we are gonna see a Gushen getting picked. We were talking about this before the match started, guys. But I actually don't believe that Gushen is like a really good pick for this meta because there are so many better options. But comfort picks, they still exist, and so maybe Silverhawk with that Gushen can show us something incredible, and please, let's go. We're gonna see another Lancelot getting picked. I might sound like really hard for Lancelot getting picked because I'm a big fan of assassins and Lancelot in general, so I'm hyped about this. While on the other hand, we are seeing a Diggy. We haven't seen that in a long time, so it's gonna be hard for that Eve and that Kufra to be useful because that Diggy is gonna nullify all that crowd control coming in from their side. So looking at the picks, which team do you think has that slight advantage, Abby?
Okay, if it's the early game, Team Rayuga, they have the upper hand, but from the mid game to the late game, it's totally going to be the CupCakes. They had the Bruno. Come on, we know Bruno's damage, it's insane from the mid game with his items.
Yes, I kind of agree on that, but you also have to look at the picks from the side of team Rayuga Esports, because they have that Kufra, which can target that Bruno from a long way off. They also have that Xborg, who can like go inside the team and deal damage and like huge burst in general. Then they have that Gushen, who can easily take down like almost all the marksmen, as well as that Lancelot. So I think that Bruno has way too much counters in the enemy team to be useful, Abby. So let's see what that Bruno does, and maybe he can like make me eat my words or something. But I believe that Rayuga has that slight advantage in their draft, looking in general. So nothing amazing happening right now. Both the teams just farming up the lanes, just clearing the minions, the side laners. So I think Lancelot is gonna go for that Little Wanderer without any competition. So what do you think, Abby? Like, are we gonna see like fights from early or mid game? Like, when is the perfect ganking time for both the teams?
Okay, Suga, here, if they want to start marking the Bruno now, so it's going to be the team Rayuga. They can, just go ahead and mark as soon as they hit level 4. Even for the Gusen, he can mark that Bruno easily, and the Lancelot, he can mark him easily. So as soon as they reach level 4, I think Rayuga are going to, initiate the team fights here.
Okay, so a little gank is forming in the top lane. Both the teams have 3 on their side, and that Diggy gets picked off by that Lancelot, giving the first blood to Team Rayuga Esports. I don't think that Diggy is gonna go for that feeding strategy, so I think that was a mistake on that Diggy's part. And again, the Paquito getting bursted out by the side of Team Rayuga Esports. That Paquito managing to survive. Okay, yin-yang combination coming in from that Louis, and the healths of Team Rayuga Esports player are like dangerously low, so they're gonna retreat. That was a really good yin-yang combination from the side of Team CupCakes Can Fly. Oh my god, Lancelot with super low health, getting a clutch kill on that Paquito, and Bruno getting the turtle without any competition. So, which team do you think won that little confrontation? So basically, CupCake Can Fly, they got the turtle, while Team Rayuga Esports, they got 2 kills. So, Abby, which team do you think won that little skirmish?
I think it totally went to Team Rayuga there, and they're picking off the Diggy. They are taking him out of the picture so that, it will be easier for them to gank there.
Yes, I kind of agree, but I believe that they got a better deal out of the whole situation, because even after taking the turtle, Team CupCakes Can Fly, they're behind by almost 1,000 gold. So that confrontation, it went to the favor of Team Rayuga Esports. Again, a little fight going in on the top lane. It is Paquito versus Gushen. So basically, looking at the lineup, Paquito is a better 1v1 player than Gushen. So it's gonna be hard for Gushen to maintain the lane, don't you think so, Abby?
Yes, I totally agree with that. Paquito against the Gushen is really difficult, but then we had the Kufra to give the backup that Gushen needs. So of course, when there is a backup, it's going to be the Gushen who will come out as the winner here.
Yes, again, little gank forming in the top lane. Both the teams, they're taking their positions. Bruno is farming up. Diggy providing a lot of vision. Okay, Bruno going in, and I think Bruno is gonna get a kill on that. No, it's not Bruno, it is that Louis with a yin-yang combination getting a kill on that Kufra. Okay, Paquito going in with straight jabs. OPS gameplay getting a kill on that Paquito, and again, oh my god, so many stuff happening in the screen right now. But if we summarize it, it is that Bruno got a kill on that Gushen, and okay, Bruno getting ganked by that even the Lancelot, and Bruno getting taken out by horned arrows of Lancelot. So yeah, that happened, and while we were talking, he did get a kill on who died while we were talking.
It was the Diggy, yes.
Okay.
And also in the bottom lane, Gushen, he's constantly changing his lane. Once we can see him in the top lane, and then he's coming back to the bottom lane, and he then secures the kill there against the Balman. I think he had a hard time against the Paquito, so he thought it's a wise decision to go against the Balman there.
I completely agree because Paquito does have a lot of CC that can easily counter the entire combo from Gushan. So I think Balman is a better option for Gushan to go up against. Okay, Fire taken farming in the bot lane. Again, the Digi taken out first in the team fight, and that Balman getting taken out by Silverhawk, the Gushan as well. Okay, Lancelot just went in deep and took down that Louis. My god, Team Rayuga Esports, they've got no chill. They're constantly going for ganks because they know that the late game Bruno is gonna be a pain for them. So they're just focusing on every bit of resource they can utilize in the early game and be as ahead as possible. So Bele, what do you think about the decisions coming in from the side of Team CupCakes Can Fly? Okay, as we were talking, that Diggy just getting taken out again, but the Bruno did get a shutdown on that Lancelot. That is huge again. Paquito taking out that Kufra, and Gushan also took down that Balman in the bot lane. So back to you, Abby. What do you think?
Blue team turret has been destroyed.
Suha, like we discussed early, we know that Team Rayuga Esports, they had to take advantage of each and everything that's on their way, because they know that it's the early game for them and they cannot, wait for late game, because Bruno, we know he will be online very soon, so it's a very high time for Rayuga Esports to finish the game as soon as possible. And meanwhile, we could see a post asked by Team Rayuga Esports here.
Yeah, maybe it's a technical pause or maybe it's a strategic pause, who knows. So, what do you think? At the situation right now, there is 1,500 goal difference on the favor of Team Rayuga Esports. So, what do you think that Team CupCakes Can Fly should do to take the lead back? Because they're falling behind by 7 kills and 1 tower. Sorry, 2 towers. So, what do you think they should do right now? What strategy should they adapt?
The first and foremost, I think, Team CupCakes should be doing is the rotation, the follow-up that, that Team Rayuga has is constantly, we can see they are always in a group of 3 or 4, and on the other hand, Team CupCakes, they are always getting picked one by one. So if they can, manage that, balance the thing, I think they can, overall balance the towers and also balance the goal. And we know when it's going to be the 5% fight situation out there, I think it will be the Team CupCakes. They will be coming as the winner out here.
Yes, if they can, what you just said, if they can balance out everything, they can be pretty terrifying in the ganks because they have that Louis, they have that Bruno, they have the Diggy to get rid of all the crowd control. Also, they have a huge CC of their own, that is Paquito, and also a good finisher, that is Balman. So they have all the required elements for the formula to win, but the question is, will they be able to utilize it, and will Rayuga Esports make enough mistakes for them to utilize their assets? Right, Bele? Sorry, Abby.
Yes, Suga, I completely agree with you. But I think, the 2 minute pause for both the team may have given them some strategy here. And right here, we could see Gushan taking out the very important role, that is the Louis.
Yes, without the Louis, I don't think Team CupCakes Can Fly. They can engage in any gank. So it was a good decision from Gushan to take her out of the equation, because now they're gonna get the 1 minute for farming. Again, the Diggy is getting taken out by that Lancelot, man. The Diggy is just dying way too much, and he should play a bit careful right now. What don't you think so, Abby?
Yes, like we discussed, they are getting picked one by one. That is a huge mistake that we can see from Team CupCakes. And meanwhile, we were discussing that they got the Paquito. Again, they are marking one by one. They are not going in a group of 4 or 5. They are just going one-on-one.
Yes, because they know that if they go for a 5v5 gang, it might, the tables might turn on them, because they have good Team CupCakes Can Fly. They've got good ganking heroes, but it's gonna be scary for Team CupCakes Can Fly in the late game, because you know, they're just falling behind slowly. That snowball is going in the favor of Team Rayuga Esports. As we were talking, that Kufra did get picked off while that Lancelot got the turtle. Again, Gushan going in, trying to get a kill on that Bruno, but that Bruno survived and yes. Oh my god, what a good gameplay from that Lancelot, but he did die and so many stuff happened and that Louis did take down that Lancelot, but that Lancelot did die to the turret. Again, Paquito going in, trying to get a kill on that X-Borg, but Immortality getting popped by him and he manages to survive. So, Abby, again, I'm gonna ask the question, who won that team fight?
I must say, you know, getting down that Lancelot was very, very necessary. So, even though it was the tower damage that shut down the Lancelot, it was very, very important for Team CupCakes. So, I must say, it all goes to Team CupCake here, even though the goal lead is only 2k, you know, difference there. I think, you know, Bruno will be managed to balance it out if only, you know, the tank, that is the Diggy, doesn't get picked off early.
Yeah, that Diggy is giving out a lot of experience to the side of Team Rayuga Esports. Okay, I think that Paquito is gonna get a kill on that Kufra, but that Kufra manages to pop up that conceal and manage to survive. And again, a fight happening between that Gushan and that Balman. The Balman already built. And okay, as we were talking, that Paquito did get a kill on that Eve. Okay, Lancelot again getting picked off by that Bruno, so I don't think it's looking good for Rayuga Esports right now, but that Gushan, oh my god, what a good gameplay from that Gushan, taking out that Bruno and balancing out the entire setup right now, Abby. So, what just happened? How did that Gushan take down that Hyper? Like, was it a good trade? Like, dying and taking out the Hyper of the enemy team?
It was totally worth it. If he didn't secure the kill of Bruno, they would have gone for the Lord right away, because you can see the goal difference is almost equal. Like we were talking earlier, if only they get the sun, Bruno will be coming up as the winner here. So it was a very sudden necessary, and Gushan, he totally nailed it.
Yes, I completely agree. That was a really good decision from that side of Gushan. But it's still like, they still gotta put down a lot of work to, like, you know, secure the dub. And again, Gushan and Balman going head to head, and just because Balman has that Athena shield, Gushan is not able to like one-shot him anymore. And that was a dangerous gameplay coming in from that Eve, and Eve getting that Louis getting picked off by that Eve. And again, the Diggy getting picked off by that Lancelot. Man, the Diggy is dying way too much. And you know, giving out a lot of farm to Team Rayuga Esports, Abby.
Yeah, Suga, I know it was a completely mistake made by the Louis and also the Diggy there. If they didn't go to get the kill on the Gushan, they would have taken the Lord right away.
Yeah, and because of the little mistake, now Team Rayuga Esports, okay, they're not taking the Lord, because Paquito, as we know, it can deal a lot of damage, and Paquito almost getting a kill on that Louis. He's still chasing after her, and I think that's a bad decision, because Gushan is coming and took down that Paquito. Again, Lancelot getting killed by that Bruno. Okay, I think it's CupCakes can fly. They're gonna take the Lord without much of a competition, because it's 3v4 right now in their favor. While that X-Borg did take out that inhibitor. Okay, Balman taking down that Gushan. Oh my god, Balman is like completely... Balman is going heads deep for redemption for dying early on. Now, he took down that Gushan as well as that Eve. Abby, so what do you think? Was that a good trade? Like losing an inhibitor for a Lord?
You know, I think the Lord can make a huge difference, since it's 12 minutes Lord. So I think it's, you know, okay, if they're going to balance it somehow, because, you know, while they will be clearing up the Lord in the mid, I think Paquito will be able to secure the top tower, and also in the bottom tower, Balman will be able to secure it if they don't go for another gank in the mid lane here.
Red team turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, they already got the turret down, but unfortunately, this isn't an enhanced Lord, so I don't think it's gonna be like, it's gonna cause a lot of difference, Abby, but let's see. They did get, they almost took down that tier 2 turret of the top lane, and again, Eve popping out that
Eater's Dominion and almost getting a kill on that. Okay, that Louis managing to survive with the teleportation spell, and again they're targeting that Diggy getting picked off, and Bushan coming in with a double kill on that Diggy as well as that Balman. So this match is going like super on and off. Like this moment it's Rayuga Esports dominating, the next moment it's CupCakes and Flight. Like this is the best kind of match, don't you think so, Abby?
Yes, we can see so far, one time we can see that it's the CupCakes, they are dominating the Rayuga Esports here, and then on the other hand, we can see that Rayuga Esports, they are dominating the CupCakes once again. Even though the CupCakes got the Lord, it didn't make such impact for the game here, because the Diggy and the Balman, they are getting picked again and again.
Yeah, the Balman is chasing like way too much, and again he popping that world, popping her ulti and almost like dealing a lot of damage. Combination coming in from that Louis, and Paquito taking down that Cupra. Silverhawk going in, but one mistake and he gets picked off by that Bruno's insane damage. They're chasing that Lancelot. If they do manage to take down the Lancelot, it's almost like it's gonna be super bad for Team Rayuga Esports, and Lancelot getting killed, the immortality getting popped. Oh my god, that immortality just saved that Lancelot. Let Lancelot survive. Like, Abby, how did he do that?
Oh my goodness, that's some, that's some pretty amazing skills that's coming out from, Lancelot out there.
Yeah, the Lancelot almost like he came back to he came back to life after dying and did manage to survive, making full use of that immortality. And again that Diggy getting picked off as well as that Paquito. So I think they're like making some mistakes right now. They shouldn't be doing that. Even though they have the goal difference, they are a bit behind on the tower. So I think they should still play it a bit safe. Abby, don't you think so?
Yes, I completely agree with you. The mistakes that Team CupCakes are making, especially the Paquito and the Balman and the Diggy, is that they're always overextending, which is completely unnecessary here if they want to, have a hold onto the game. Because, if they can have a proper ambush and a gang out there, it's going to be a win situation for Team CupCake here. Sugar?
Yes, they just need one more win in a big gang and they can finish this up. But there's still a chance of Rayuga Esports turning the tables on them and wiping them out, and also winning the match. So this match can go either way. The second Lord is coming up, and this is an enhanced Lord. So Rayuga Esports going in to take the Lord. I don't think Paquito should be at a so away right now. Again, going in with his ulti, Silverhawk with the cushion getting picked off, Louis getting picked off by that huge Lancelot going in and taking out that Diggy. Paquito just came in and turned the tables on them, so making them go on the run. So I think it's a good time for Team CupCakes to take the Lord, I guess. Okay, they're not gonna go for the Lord because they did realize that they're still lurking around the corner, Team Rayuga Esports. So that was I think a win for Rayuga Esports on that little skirmish. Don't you think so, Abby?
Yes, I completely agree with that. And it's a very bad timing if CupCakes, they are planning to take the Lord here. They should not, because the tank for Team Rayuga is still up. On the other hand, the mage and also the Diggy is out for Team CupCakes. So it's better for them to wait instead of engaging another team fight now.
Yes. So it's Team Rayuga Esports. They're again trying to take down that Lord. I think they'll be able to get it this time, because CupCakes, they're a bit too late to engage. Again, Eve with her ultimate. Oh my god, this fight is all over the place. Exploit taking down that Balmond, and again they decide not to chase. I think that's a really good decision on their part, because if they lose heroes right now, it's gonna be hard for them to finish the game, and as well it's also gonna give Team CupCake and a chance at winning.
Suga, you know, the team CupCake, they should stop getting picked one by one. They should always stay together, or else it's going to be a game end for them.
Yeah, they are getting picked one by one, so that's not good, honestly, because they have good team fight, but Team Rayuga, they have better 1v1 potential. So, oh my god, that damage is taking down that Gushan without any, without much of an effort. That Lord still coming in, and yeah, I don't think it's gonna be game over just yet. But Team CupCakes, they did lose all 3 of their inhibitors, so it's gonna be hard for them to come back from this. Paquito taking down that Kufra, and you know, they're just defending. They're just putting everything at their hand to defend their Nexus right now. So they did manage to survive, but it's not looking too good for them as they lost all 3 of their inhibitors. Abby, what do you think?
Suga, yes, you know, the map is wide open for Team CupCake here, so if they don't, you know, if they make any kind of mistake here, for instance, if they get picked one by one again, it's going to be an end for them. And it's very important for the mess, especially the mess, Hyper and the tank to stick together. Suga?
Yes, but as we were talking about getting picked one by one, Team CupCakes, they did put a huge ambush on that Eve and did take her out. And Lancelot going in. What the heck, man? That Eve just... Oh my god, they did so much damage on that Lancelot, and that Eve just took that Bruno and went back to their base. Like, what was that all about? They could have gotten a kill on it, on that place.
Suga, I think she really wants to play it safe now, because if by chance the Bruno gets caught in the game, or by chance if he gets killed here, it's going to be in game end. So I think they're playing it very, very safe right now.
Yes, I agree that they have to play safe, but I think that was a bit extreme, but they know what they're doing because they're the ones playing and we are not, so we can just speculate and put our, you know, opinions out, but they're the ones who are actually playing, so maybe we'll just leave it to them to make the decisions. So now they're just, again, both teams trying to get as much vision as they can possibly. Yeef popping out her ulti, Diggy popping out his ulti as well. Conceal getting popped by that Kufra, and Kufra with his ultimate getting a hit on that Diggy, but I think the Diggy is really tanky right now. Okay, Salmon getting a little counter down and taking down that Kufra. So it's not looking good for Team Rayuga Esports right now, because literally everyone from the Team CupCakes, they have their full health. On the other hand, the X-Borg just managing to survive with a bit of health, and again Yeef's ulti getting popped, and they're trying to get a, you know, they're trying to get a hit on that Lancelot, but that Lancelot almost managing to survive. Okay, this time he didn't have much luck, and that Lancelot just got picked off by that Balman. I think it's like the Team Rayuga Esports, they just made a really big mistake, Abby. Don't you think so?
Suga, I'm really surprised that, you know, Team CupCakes, they're starting to pick one by one on Team Rayuga Esports. They should have done it a lot earlier. And here again, we can see that Eve is escaping with 0.1 HP right there. And on the bottom lane, I think it's going to be a shutdown for X-Borg, which was very important. And I hope Gusen managed to escape that, or else it's going to be really difficult for the, Team Rayuga to defend the lane. But he still manages to escape somehow.
Oh my god, man. First the Lancelot escaped, and now the Gushan, man. Rayuga Esports, they are the perfect escape artists. They just know how to, you know, get out of sticky situations. So that was a really good play from that Gushan, but I think it's a really risky Lord, because that Eve is still alive, and we all know how monstrous Eve's range is. So they're still going for that Lord, even though both the teams are like having a skirmish. Okay, Balman is doing a good thing, and you know, trying to take down that Eve, and he is successful, and that Eve just died. And oh my god, what was that?
Suga, I am surprised right now, because Gusen came out from nowhere and he managed to get the kill on the Bruno, and that's how Lancelot could, you know, steal the Lord out there. I don't think, you know, Diggy alone with the Louis will be able to secure the pass now. It's going to be a game end for Team CupCakes.
Alright, so it's most probably the game is gonna end because the minions are like pressuring down the Nexus and they're just locking the Nexus right now and yes, ma'am, it's gonna be 4 for the side of Team CupCakes can fly and it's a dub for Team Rayuga Esports. But Abby, we have to like put emphasis, like it was such a great match. Both the teams, they went on and off on the fights, on the victories and everything. So it was a really good match in my opinion. What do you think?
It was a pretty intense match, but Suka, I still feel their Team CupCake, they made a whole lot of mistakes here, especially by the Digi, the Paquito, and the Balman. They always overextended. They were always, maybe they were trying to zone out the hero, the other team players here, but then they are the ones who were always getting ganked out. So yeah, they pretty they made some mistakes here. So Suga. Yeah, I think it was a pretty good match.
Yes, the match was like really good, but as you were saying, like the mistakes that CupCakes did from the early on, like they played a bit reckless considering that they have a super strong late game. They should have played a bit safer in my opinion. So if they did do that and they kind of survived that solo picking out from the side of Team Rayuga Esports, I think they could have won this match, and they almost had Rayuga Esports on the rope the entire match, so this match could have gone to either side. So I think this was the last match for the night. So guys, have a nice night. It was me, your caster, Sugar Daddy. With me we have... Hey, you're supposed to say your name. Alright, so with me we had Abby right now. So it was a really good match for the side of Team CupCakes as well as Team Rayuga Esports. To see more matches like this, stay tuned with us and we're gonna be back with more tomorrow. So till then, have a nice night and stay safe guys. Bye bye.
Good night everyone. Adios.